أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبع بإحسان الدين. Respectable fathers, mothers, brothers and sisters in the deen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to the North BRIXTON Islamic Cultural Center here today in London for one of our sessions before departing for Hajj. As we've just got 2 weeks to leave, bi'idhnillah. By this time, and the 2nd of August, you will be, inshallah, in Medina al-Munawwara. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your Hajj. Amen. And those who did not have the opportunity, and they are not fortunate to be part of you or us this year, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase them in wealth and give them the ability, the opportunity to visit the Holy Land in the years to come. Amen. Brothers and sisters, today is a continuation of where we stopped last week. But just to take you through, before I start, we were supposed actually, as promised, to do the PowerPoint today. But for one reason and the other, we decided, Sheikh Faisal, for you to see the practical side of it next week. So they will cover what he has not covered yet. So you take note of this. This is very, very important. And not only those who are going to Hajj and those who are here as well. We remember last week the Sheikh talked about the 5 pillars of Islam. And one of them is to perform Hajj. Anyone who has the ability, the capability to do so, and you did not intentionally, it means you have not fulfilled Islam yet, or the pillars of Islam. May Allah save us from that. Inshallah, with me I have our humble father, the head of the organizers, Brother Zakaria. Maybe he has any updates for us. Bismillah. Let me pass the mic to him.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The only update is about the passports, because the format from Ministry of Passport has changed. So all the passports given to me last week has been taken to where they scan them and they return the passport, all the British passport. So whoever, any one of you who hasn't given his passport, is very important. I should take the passport today so that they can scan them on Monday. And inshallah, by next week when we are having our last seminar, everybody will have his passport, his ticket and everything. That's it.
Alright, that's good. This is a very good news, alhamdulillah. So, if you have not given your passport yet, then I don't know whether you want to give Sheikh Yusuf's passport. Just let me know. MashaAllah. Let me pass the mic to our dearest beloved brother, father, Alhaji Garba. Maybe he has something to say to us, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's pleasing to see how enthusiastic everybody is. Again, the program and the preparation is progressing very well. Inshallah, by the end of this session, which will be the 27th of July, we should be able to hand over all your passports for you, including the visas. The visas these days, they're not putting visas on the passports. It's just an A4 sheet of paper that we will attach to your passport for you. But please keep it safe, don't lose it. We had an incident in last year where one of the HAJJ lost the passport, the paper. So luckily, the organizers, we had a copy with us. Otherwise, she could have stayed in, was it Bahrain or somewhere?
Yeah, in
Istanbul. So please, whatever documents we give you from here, make sure it's in your packing suitcase so that you can have it with you and bring it ready. We will do some ID badges and cards for you so that it will be an identifiable information for yourselves, and we'll give that to you also during the last session. Other than that, I don't want to prolong matters. Sheikh is here to continue with the session from last year, just to get us prepared for the task ahead of us. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah reward you. Now, brothers and sisters, if you have the Quran, can you go to chapter 2? Chapter 2, Surah Baqarah. We're going to start looking at verse 195. Verse 195, that's where we'll be starting today, bi'idhnillah. Surah Baqarah, verse 195. Can you put that one on the side? This one, all of them on the side. This one, pull up the side. No, not No, just you can put it there.
Yes.
That side, yeah. So it will not fall down.
Oh, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
I thought it's for the camera.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, fine.
Before it was.
Yeah.
All right, we ready? Okay, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. Brothers and sisters, if we can go to Surah Baqarah, as I've just mentioned, verse 197. As usual, I will recite the ayats to you and narrate the nutshell meaning of the ayats, and thereafter I will pass the mic to the Honorable Sheikh to take us through step by step. And I will admonish myself and you all to pay careful attention to all the information given here. If you can take note of them. Whatever you can, please, these are very, very important for you to know them before you land your feet in the Holy Land. May Allah make it easier for all of us. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم It's 96 actually. 96, yeah? 196. 196. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وأتموا الحج والعمرة لله فإن أحسرتم فما استيسر من الهدي ولا تحلقوا رؤوسكم حتى يبلغ الهدي محله فمن كان منكم مريضا أو به أذى من رأسه ففدية من صيام أو صدقة أو نسك فإذا أمنتم فمن تمتع بالعمرة إلى الحج فما استيسر من الهدي فمن لم يجد فصيام 3 أيام في الحج و7 إذا رجعتم تلك 10 كاملة ذلك لمن لم يكن أهله حاضر المسجد الحرام واتقوا الله واعلموا أن الله شديد العقاب الحج أشهر معلومات فمن فرض فيهن الحج فلا رفث ولا فسوق ولا جدال في الحج وما تفعلوا من خير يعلمه الله وتزودوا فإن خير الزاد التقوى واتقوني يا أولي الألباب ليس عليكم جناح أن تبتغوا فضلا من ربكم فإذا أفدتم من عرفات فاذكروا الله عند المشعر الحرام واذكروه كما هداكم وإن كنتم من قبله لمن الضالين ثم أفيدوا من حيث أفاد الناس واستغفروا الله إن الله غفور رحيم فإذا قضيتم مناسككم فاذكروا الله كذكركم آباءكم أو أشد ذكرا فمن الناس من يقول ربنا فمن الناس من يقول ربنا آتنا في الدنيا وما له في الآخرة من خلاق ومنهم من يقول ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار أولئك لهم نصيب مما كسبوا والله سريع الحساب واذكروا الله في أيام معدودات فمن تعجل في يومين فلا إثم عليه ومن تأخر فلا إثم عليه لمن اتقى واتقوا الله واعلموا أنكم إليه تحشرون. Allah says, وَأَتِمُّوا الْحَجِّ, perform your Hajj, wal-Umrah, and perform your Umrah lillah, only to please Allah, no one else. فَإِنْ أُحْسِرْتُمْ, but if you are prevented from completing it, فَمَا اسْتَيْسَرَ مِنَ الْهَدِيِّ, then do whatever easier for you in sacrifices. Allah said, وَلَا تَحْلِقُوا رُؤُوسَكُمْ حَتَّى يَبْلُغَ الْحَدْيُ مَحِلًّا, do not shave your heads or your hair until the offering reach its place of sacrifice. فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا, whoever amongst you is sick, أَوْ بِهِ أَذَى مِنْ رَأْسِهِ, or they have any disease in their head, فَفِدْيَةٌ مِنْ صِيَامٍ, then they must give ransom. That the ransom is, they should fast, أَوْ صَدَقَةٌ, or they give fidya, charity, أَوْ nusuk, and the nusuk is sacrifice. And Allah said, فَإِذَا أَمِنْتُمْ, and after you've attained safety, okay, after you attain peaceful conditions again, Allah said, فَمَا اسْتَيْسَرَ مِنَ الْهَدِيِّ, you give whatever you can, you continue with your Umrah and Hajj, or sacrifice. Actually, sacrifice. Oh, okay, sorry for that. I just jumped. Allah said, فَإِذَا أَمِنْتُمْ فَمَنْ تَمَتَّعَ بِالْعُمْرَةِ إِلَى الْحَجِّ فَمَا اسْتَيْسَرَ مِنَ الْهَدِيِّ. Allah said, when you attain peaceful condition again, if anyone wishes to continue with the Umrah and Hajj, he must do so by making an offer or offering such of the sacrifice. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easier for him. فَمَنْ لَمْ يَجِدْ, and whoever does not have what it takes to do that, فَصِيَامُ ثَلَاثَةِ أَيَّامٍ, they must fast 3 days fil Hajj, at the time when they are in Hajj, وَسَبْعَةٍ إِذَا رَجَعْتُمْ, and then you come and complete the 7 when you return. تِلْكَ عَشَرَةٌ كَامِلَةٌ, those are the 10 days which you have to do. 3 in Mecca and then 7 in your home land. ذَلِكَ لِمَنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ أَهْلُهُ حَاضِرِ الْمَسْجِدِ الْحَرَامِ, this is for the one who does not live in Haram, in Mecca, the territory of Mecca. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ, fear Allah, put a guard between you and what Allah has prohibited. وَاعْلَمُوا, and know that أَنَّ اللَّهَ, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala شَدِيدُ الْعِقَابِ, He is severe in His punishments. Al-Hajj, Hajj is أشهر معلومات, is for well-known months. Well-known months. فَمَنْ فَرَضَ فِيهِنَّ حَجْجٍ, it's very important. Hajj is for well-known month. In a month, specific month, Allah prescribed those months to be the month of Hajj. فَمَنْ فَرَضَ فِيهِنَّ حَجْجٍ, anyone whom Allah has blessed to perform a Hajj, like some of you or most of you sitting here today, now this is what you must not do. Allah said, فَلَا رَفَثْ. The rafath, Allah said you must not undertake any of the, indecent acts. Or you must not, let's put it this way, you must not have any intercourse there, any sexual relation during Hajj. You must not. وَلَا فُسُوقٍ. And you must not utter any obscene language or action. And also as well, وَلَا جِدَالٍ. Allah said you must not argue. I repeat, Al-Hajj أشهر معلومات. Hajj is for fixed number of months or specific months. فَمَنْ فَرَضَ فِيهِنَّ الْحَجِّ. Anyone whom Allah has blessed to perform Hajj, فَلَا رَفَثْ. There, you should not do any intercourse or have any intercourse there. وَلَا فُسُوقٍ. And you must not utter an obscene language or action either. وَلَا جِدَالٍ. No, you are allowed for you to argue, no arguments. فِي الْحَجِّ. During the time of Hajj. وَمَا تَفْعَلُ مِنْ خَيْرٍ. Whatever good acts you do over there, يَعْلَمُهُ اللَّهُ. Allah knows. وَتَزَوَّجُوا. Allah said right now, as you are listening to the words of Allah, get your provisions ready. Get yourself prepared. Get your luggage packed. And Allah said, فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ. The best preparation, the best provision you will take with you to Hajj, taqwa, is the fear of Allah. وَاتَّقُونِي. Allah said, fear me. يَا أُولِي الْأَلْبَابِ. Oh, you the wise people. If you're wise, then fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. لَيْسَ عَلَيْكُمْ جُنَاحٌ أَن تَبْتَغُوا مِن رَبِّكُمْ. Allah said it is not a crime for you to seek the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala during the time of Hajj. It's not a problem for you to seek something that will benefit you. Yeah? By selling or buying. فَإِذَا أَفَدْتُم مِّنْ عَرَفَاتٍ. Allah said when you finish Arafat, where you will be standing بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ ta'ala, calling Allah, praying to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah said فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهَ عِنْدَ مَشْعَرِ الْحَرَامِ. Then, when you leave Arafat, you come to Muzdalifah. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at the sacred, monuments. The praises, the sacred places. Remember Allah, do dhikr, lots of dhikr. وَاذْكُرُوهُ كَمَا هَدَاكُمْ. Remember Allah, like the way He has guided you to the path. وَإِن كُنْتُم مِّن قَبْلِهِ لَمِنَ الضَّالِّينَ. Before this guidance, before you go to Hajj, before you even think to worship Allah, you were misguided. So thank Allah, remember Him again and again for His guidance. ثُمَّ أَفِيدُ مِنْ حَيْثُ أَفَادَ النَّاسِ. Then you all go and gather where people have gathered. Where they stand, you go there. وَاسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهِ. And seek forgiveness again from Allah, again and again. Why? Because inna Allah ghafurun rahim. Allah is all forgiven and the most merciful. فَإِذَا قَضَيْتُمْ مَنَاسِكَكُمْ. Allah said, when you have finished, accomplished all your rights, فَاذْكُرُوا اللَّهِ. Remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again. كَذِكْرِكُمْ آبَاءَكُمْ أَوْ أَشَدَّ ذِكْرًا. Remember Allah, celebrate and praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just like the way you used to celebrate the praises of your own fathers or more. فَمِنَ النَّاسِ. Allah said some people when they go to Hajj, it says some when they go to Hajj, what did they do? مَنْ يَقُولُ. They go there to ask for this dunya. They leave so many places here. They believe, of course, and it happens. When they go there, they have their handkerchiefs, they have other stuff, they go by their Kaaba, you will see them, as I'm saying to you. They are wiping it, doing like that, and they want to be wealthy, they want to be rich. They go because they know when they ask, Allah give them. So Allah said, there's these people, minan nas, amongst mankind, they go there and they say, may yaqul, they say, Rabbana, oh Allah, Atina fi dunya, Allah do. We're asking you, please, do give us the bounties of this world. Make us be rich. Let's have council houses. Let's have jobs. Huh? Name them. Let's have what? Children. Let's have women, isn't it? Wives. 4 wives, huh? MashaAllah. Allah give me a husband, right? But Allah said they will ask for this world. They keep asking, but they don't want the hereafter. Huh? Allah said, وَمَا لَهُ فِي الْآخِرَةِ مِنْ خَلَاقٍ. But these are the people who have no portion يوم القيامة. Allah will give them this world, but they have no portion يوم القيامة. He said, but وَمِنْهُمْ, and amongst them as well, بِإِذْنِ اللَّهِ, may Allah make me, myself, and you all be amongst them, Ya Rabbi. He said, وَمِنْهُمْ, amongst them as well, مَنْ يَقُولُ, there are some who say, رَبَّنَا, O Allah, آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا, give us, in this dunya, hasana, its bounties, the good things of this world, وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ, and in the hereafter, hasana, the best, the Jannah, please Allah give us, وَقِنَا عذاب النار. Oh Allah, save us from the punishment of the fire. Allah said, أولئك, this, the latter one, these people, or those ones, لهم نصيب مما كسبوا. Allah said, they will indeed have what they've earned. They will earn whatever they've sown. And Allah said, Wallahu sari'ul hisab. Allah is quick or swift in his accounts. Wadhkurullah, remember Allah, fi ayyamin ma'dudat, in the specific or appointed days. Remember Him. Dhikr. You see, from when I started to here, it's all about dhikr. Remembrance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's all about it. And Allah said, فَمَنْ تَعَجَّلَ فِي يَوْمَيْنِ. When you go to Mina, and you will know inshallah when you're there, فَمَنْ تَعَجَّلَ. Whoever, hasten, في يومين, after 2 days, you leave, فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. There is no problem, no crime to do that. فَمَنْ تَأَخَّرَ وَمَنْ تَأَخَّرَ. And anyone who decides to stay 3 days, inshallah, for us it's 2 days, inshallah. We do ta'ajil, bi'idhnillah. And some, they stay there for 3 days. Allah said, فَلَا إِثْمَ عَلَيْهِ. There is no crime as well upon them. لِمَنِ اتَّقَى, for anyone who fear Allah. وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهِ, fear Allah. وَاعْلَمُوا, and know that أَنَّكُمْ إِلَيْهِ تُحْشَرُونَ. That one day, sooner or later, you will all be gathered in front of Allah to give account of everything that you've done. My dear beloved brothers and sisters in the deen, with this nutshell meaning of the ayat I have just mentioned and recited to you, I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants all of us al-Jannah and may Allah accept it. I will pass the mic now to my own Sheikh, Dr. FAISAL BOADI, to take us through.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursalin nabiyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in wa ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. MashaAllah, alhamdulillah, you are still alive after this time. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, we should not forget how important this act of worship is. Because you don't have anything which is more important. After you have taken your shahada, you perform your salat, and also you fast the month of Ramadan, and give your zakat or sadaqat. Most important is that of Hajj. Hajj will help you to complete the 5 pillars of Islam. And the merits of Hajj is so important because the first one, when you finish it, all your sins are being wiped. Subhanallah. All your sins. It means you come out like the day you were born. No sin at all. That is the first one. And the highest of all, it has no reward. Like, for example, you pray salat in the park, salat in the jama'ah. How many do you get? Here, here, not over there side. How many do you get? 25 or 27, isn't it? Rewards. And when you pray in Mecca, how many do you get? 100,000. And when you pray in Medina, 1,000. And when you pray in Masjid al-Aqsa, 500, isn't it? Okay, so this one at least you know what it is. But that of Hajj, the accepted one hasn't got any kind of these things except that of Al-Jannah. Subhanallah. It means we cannot buy Hajj. For example, you can pay 10,000 pounds or 20,000 pounds, for example. It is not, you are not buying Hajj, isn't it? This one is only facilitating you to go to that particular place. That is it. But it does not actually give you anything like that one will give me, oh, because I paid 10,000 and so on and so forth, so I have bought what's called Hajj. No, nobody can buy Hajj. Because you cannot buy Al-Jannah. Can you buy Al-Jannah? Nobody can buy Al-Jannah. So this is very important. So, how much you pay, don't think that, oh, it's too expensive. Come on. Coming out and you have no reward except that of Al-Jannah. Huh? Can you pay for that? You can pay for that. So a believer should make himself or herself that first of all, Allah has blessed you and you are able to get that opportunity to go. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless all of us. Amen. But Allah has made it very clear to us that Hajj that you are going to perform as well as the Umrah, it has to only be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't go for anything. For the sake of Allah. Okay. But before you leave to go, there are procedures. You don't say, for example, I don't say different kinds of Hajj. You don't have different kinds of Hajj. You have only one kind of Hajj, isn't it? But you have different procedures, 3 procedures of Hajj. One is called Ifrad, Hajj Ifrad. That means single Hajj. And the second one, Qiran. Qiran means combination. You combine Umrah and Hajj. Okay? In one Ihram. And then you have one Tamattu, Hajj Tamattu. That means the one that you enjoy yourself. You have time to enjoy yourself for a little while, for example. Because you come back, in your normal form and so forth. Okay. The first one, which is Ifrad, single. So when you are going to make your intention, this is very important. This is where the intention comes in. You must make sure that you know the type of intention that you are going to make, because it has consequences after it. Okay. Ifrad, which is the single, the person is going to perform Hajj. He is going to perform Hajj. That's all what he is going for. So when he puts on his Ihram, and you make Allahumma labbaik, Allahumma labbaik, they said labbaik Hajj. Meaning, I am here responding to you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and coming over there to perform Hajj. Performing Hajj. So you put on your Ihram. When you reach Mecca and so forth, you do not take off your Ihram. You keep on wearing that Ihram until you finish your Hajj. You don't take off your Ihram, because your intention is for Hajj alone. That is it. Then you have Al-Qiran, where you combine Umrah and Hajj together. Finish, you take off your Ihram. And you can wear your ordinary clothes and so on and so forth. everything becomes what was halal for you before that, it becomes halal for you. Like everybody. No problem. Okay? Until the 8th of Zulhijjah. The 8th of Zulhijjah, that's where you make another intention. When you are going to put on your ihram, that one you make it Hajj. You make it Hajj. So, in this case, you have a little enjoyment in between, and especially people who are going from this part of the world, it is better if you can have Hajj Tamattu. You know, because it will relieve you from restrictions and so forth. Because when you are having your ihram, there are things that you cannot do. You are being restricted, you cannot do. Okay? So it is good if you can have that kind of procedure of the performance of Hajj. So don't make somebody say, maybe you may hear somebody say, oh, you have 3 kinds of Hajj. No, you don't have 3 kinds of Hajj. You have only 1 kind of Hajj. But the procedures are 3. And each one has the consequence that you have to put in at the end of it. Okay? Alright. So, the person who is going to do this act of worship, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, when you put on, you make your intention to go and perform your Hajj and Umrah. Okay? He said, whatever is easy for you to do for sacrifice. For sacrifice. The one who goes only for Hajj, he goes only for Hajj. You know, you will enjoy yourself, isn't it? So you must make sacrifice, isn't it? Huh? Yes, you need to make sacrifice. You have to make sacrifice. Because you have enjoyed yourself, so you must make sacrifice. Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, you do not shave your hair. So you do not cut your nails, you don't shave your hair or cut your hair, for example, you don't do anything like that. But before you put on your ihram, it is important for you to do this. Before you put on your ihram, make sure that your nails are not long. Because you're going to have a lot of people, isn't it? And you have long nails, you're going to hurt someone. Maybe you'll be falling down and you hurt someone. So you cannot do anything like that. That is one. And secondly, you cannot cover your hair except women. The women, they can cover their hair. They are allowed to cover their hair because that is a part of their dress, isn't it? Good. So they are allowed. But as far as men are concerned, no, you cannot. So, if you are taking even a baby with you, a child with you, the child has Hajj. The woman came to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when they were performing, you're going to perform Hajj, and he said, Messenger of Allah, this child, this baby, has this baby got Hajj? He said, yes, he has Hajj. But you will get the reward. SubhanAllah. It means that baby will get Hajj, but the reward will go to the parent who took that particular child and so forth. So what are you supposed to do? You must observe all the principles of Hajj. You must make sure that that one is done for that particular baby during that time. Inshallah ta'ala. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, فَمَنْ كَانَ مِنْكُمْ مَرِيضًا. If any one of you is sick, like you have a very terrible fever, and you are shivering a lot, you have your ihram, you can cover The men, you can cover up to the neck, side here, but not the head. And you find it is very difficult, so you need, because when people they have fevers, what do they do? What do they do if you have a fever? You try to cover the whole of your body, isn't it? Yeah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, if you have that, yes, you're allowed to do it. You're allowed to do it, but you must give a ransom.
Together the 120 pounds lots.
You must get a ransom. If you find yourself that, oh, I cannot, I'm shivering, so I have to cover myself again with another maybe garment or clothes or whatever, Allah said, then you must make sure that you give a ransom. Okay? And this ransom, or somebody who has a problem with the hair, like lice, because some of them, they can step and then it can even start to bleed, isn't it? Yeah. Okay? If somebody has something like this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, you are allowed to shave. Because when you shave it, the lice will not be there again, isn't it? But I don't know how the women will be doing if that's happening. That one, that judgment is up to you. You have to know what to do. But I'm telling about the men. The men, they can, but the ladies, I cannot give injunction about that. You have to know if you have to shave it or what. That is up to you. But the men, you are allowed to shave it. Okay? Or any one of you, if the woman of you that you have to shave, because it is so terrible, then you shave. Okay? But if you shave it, as I said, there's a ransom that you have to pay for doing that. Okay? Okay. Alright. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us that kind of ransom that you have to do. He said, min siyam, fasting. Fasting is for 3 days. You fast 3 days. If you want to shave your hair or this or anything like that, or you want to cover your hair due to sickness, then you have to fast 3 days in Hajj. Okay? Or if it's not for what is called fasting, you can give the sadaqah. Sadaqah here means feeding. You finish doing all these type of things, then he said you have to feed 10 poor people. You feed 10 poor people. Or if, mashallah, you are a very wealthy person like Alpha Ibrahim, you can, then you make the sacrifice. Okay, which will cost maybe how much? About 120 pounds. Okay? About 120 pounds. Then you have to do. So you have this choice. Either you fast 3 days, or you do what? You feed how many people? 10 poor people. Not strong people, you know. From poor people. Or the third one, to make sacrifice. So any one of them which is convenient for you, you are allowed to do it. And it is not necessary that you have to do it in sequence, no. Anyone which is convenient for you, you can do that one. No problem about that, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, if the person goes to perform Hajj with Umrah, as he said, that individual, you have to have sacrifice. Allah says you must have sacrifice with you. You must make sacrifice. That means Hajj Tamattu, you make your Umrah first, and then after you do your Hajj. Okay? Because Umrah is inside the Masjid itself. You do not go outside like Hajj. You are just inside. You make your tawaf. When you finish tawaf, you make You make your sa'i, and that is it. Then you cut some part of your hair, or you shave it anyhow that you want to do. No problem. And you finish. All the restrictions of Hajj or of Umrah is finished. Now you can go and wear any kind of clothes that you want to wear, which is Islamic, inshallah ta'ala. But Allah has said, if you cannot make a sacrifice, where sacrifice is composed upon you, then you fast 3 days in Hajj. Islam is so beautiful. Always Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He gives you something, He makes it easier for you. He said, if you cannot, don't worry yourself. Just fast 3 days in Hajj. In the 7 days, when you come back, anytime which is convenient for you, you do your 7 days. Okay? Faster. Okay. And that makes it to how many? The total of? 10. MashaAllah. That's very good. But this one is for those people who are not living in Mecca, the vicinity of Mecca. Those who come from outside. Okay? Okay. But at the end of it, Allah says, وَاتَّقُوا اللَّهَ, and fear Allah. So the Hajj, if you look at all the acts of ibadah, all of them, the main aim is the taqwa. In terms of fasting, at the end, Allah said what? لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, isn't it? So that you become God-conscious people, God-fearing people. So that is it. Hajj also is the same thing. Is the same thing. When you go to Hajj, that is what you are supposed to have over that side, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. Now, Allah, the next part, Allah has said, Al-Hajj Ashfurun Ma'lumat. Hajj has specific known months. And those months, Shawwal, Zulqa'dah, and Zulhijjah, the first 10 days of Zulhijjah. So a person can make his intention to go to Hajj, okay? From Shawwal. From Shawwal, you can go put on your ihram, especially you make your tamattu, you go and make your umrah, and wait until the 10th of, the 8th of Zulhijjah, and you make your intention for Hajj, and then you go. Or you can do it in Zulqa'dah. Okay. So these are the 3 main months of Hajj and Umrah. Okay. Of Hajj? Because Umrah you can do it anytime. Throughout the whole year you can do as many Umrah as you can. Had it not been nowadays, they are putting this in that you have to pay. If you go once, you have to pay maybe £500, isn't it? Yeah. If you go once and then you want to go another, then you have to pay duty,
2,000 riyals.
which is 2,000 riyals would be about how much? 500?
500 pounds.
500 pounds. Now they are putting on all these things. Before you don't have this thing. You can go as many times as you want. No restrictions for all. So all this kind of things. Okay. Now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it very, very clear for us. So whosoever had determination and intention to go to Hajj, and you put on your ihram, says when you put on your ihram, then you must observe these 3 main things Allah is going to tell you. They are very important. He said, فَلَا رَفَثَ, there is no any kind of marital relation. So you do not encourage it, and so forth. Okay? So there is no any kind of marital relation over there. Meaning, you cannot have any kind also of contract. to propose to someone and say, oh, no, inshallah, I just want to support that. No. You do not even make any kind of hints, nothing there. Because it is only zikr that you are going to make. So you do not go and so forth, and then you are making suggestions and so on and so forth to the person. And then, you are going to mess up the person's mind. Okay? So keep everything in your head. Inshallah. That is constant. If in case an individual does anything of that, sexual relations and so forth, it is the penalty is very, very severe. The penalty is, first of all, your Hajj is gone.
Can we listen, please?
Your Hajj is gone. The Hajj is gone completely. Alright? But you still have to continue to complete the Hajj. You still have to continue to complete the Hajj. And you have to make a sacrifice of a camel. You know the price of camel? It's better that, so it's better that you do not go near it. It is very, very expensive. Camel is very, very expensive over there. Okay? So the individual, you have missed your Hajj, and then you have to pay your penalty of sacrificing a camel. That is a very, very expensive thing to do. And you have to come back again for another Hajj. So you have to go for renewal, isn't it? Yeah, you have to do your renewal this so forth, inshallah, because your passport has been expired. Okay. Now, that is for that particular issue. And now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said the next aspect is fusuk. Fusuk is any kind of disobedience, indecency act. It can be like backbiting, lying, okay? Anything which is, yes, it's not good and so forth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, when you put on your ihram, you must abstain from all this. You must abstain from them. Do not go and talk bad about people. This is something which is very, very important. So, if you feel that it is very difficult for you, that you cannot control your lips, your tongue, by talking about people, then my suggestion for you is to get a padlock. And you take it out only when you are making zikr, or when you want to eat. After that, you put it back again. Yes, because you are going for something which is so very important. You become the guest of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, isn't it? And as the Prophet has said, the one who's performed Hajj and Umrah, and also the one who goes out and as a jihad, he said that these people, they are wufudullah. They are the guests of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That if they ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will respond to them. So, when you go, do not say anything bad about people and so forth. If you have to say something about someone, it doesn't mean that you cannot say something about somebody. No. But something which is good, only good. Oh, mashallah, this brother, oh, this sister, mashallah, she is so religious. I see her praying, or I see her making zikr, making sadaqah, or helping people. You understand? Something which is good. Alright? But do not go and say that, see that sister over there, she's too lazy. I'm only seeing her sleeping and sleeping and sleeping. You can't even see her making her life anything zikr. Like she only came here to sleep. You see, all these type of things, shaitan, subhanAllah, shaitan is very bad.
They do that a lot.
Shaitan will just come to you, do that. But people have to sleep, isn't it? People have to sleep, they have to rest. Maybe you, as one man said, when he was going to perform salah, and he made takbir, Allahu Akbar, and he make another takbir, Allahu Akbar, the second time, the third one, Allahu Akbar, and the fourth one, Allahu Akbar. So when he finished praying, and when young person called him, he said, come. He said, I saw you making takbir 4 times. You are not performing salat janazah. The funeral, because the funeral is that you make 4, isn't it? 4 takbir. Why you need 1 takbir? He said, you don't know. He said, what is that? He said, you see that Kaaba over there? He said, yes. He said, good. He said, some people, when they make Allahu Akbar, they see the Kaaba. But when I make Allahu Akbar, I can't see the Kaaba. Until I make 4 times, before I can see the Kaaba. You see? So everybody has his own history and so forth. When people go to help somebody, if somebody is sleeping, do not make noise to disturb. Some people must, subhanAllah, they do not talk, but they only shout and scream, which is very bad. Some people, they do, when they are talking to people, others and so forth, they do not talk, but they're just shouting and screaming. No, you don't do that. You're talking to the individual, and it's closer to you. Why is that you are screaming? You are shouting. So you do not disturb anyone. If you feel that somebody is sleeping, and even you want to have your conversation with someone, take it into consideration. That you do not make your voices or laughing and so forth in order to disturb that particular individual. And the next part, which is very important, especially when you go in such a gathering, about 2 million or 3 million people at the same time, Allah has said, there is no what? The third one, Allah said, there's no what? There's no argument. No argument. No complaining. Some people, every little thing they complain. Every little thing, oh, this one is good. Oh, this one is not tasty. Subhanallah. If it's not tasty for you, keep your mouth closed and go and get the one that is tasty for you and buy it. Simple. As he said, Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, if he did not like a certain type of food, he does not say anything about it. He just leave it. Okay? That is how you have to do. But do not make any kind of comments. Oh, the food is there. Oh, the food is that. Oh, the same type of food. And you are bringing it all the time. And so, Allahu Akbar. That is not good. Because when you do all these things, you are talking bad about the people, isn't it? And when you talk bad about people, how do you call that? Huh? Backbite. That is, it's very, very bad. Or maybe you can go into slandering, isn't it? Yes. So you should not do anything like that. If you want it, you need it. If you don't want it, just leave it. Don't make any kind of too much comments, this one, that, and so on and so forth. But as I've said, whenever you are talking to people, look at the distance between you and that person. Okay? Don't talk as if the person is quiet over that side. So you have to learn how to communicate with one another. No shouting, no screaming. That is something which we have to bear in mind. That you do not shout and you do not scream when you are doing this act of worship. So no argument and no complaint. When you are over that side, don't complain about anything. Okay. And at the same time, don't have it in your mind that, okay, you, inshallah, when you finish Hajj and go back home, you will see. Then you will see me, inshallah, you don't know me, I'll give you paper. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, fear me because I know everything. Isn't it? Yes. So if your intention is to give this one so that when you finish Hajj you go and do it and so forth, then your intention is not good, isn't it? The intention of going to Hajj is not good. To bear that also in mind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, everything that you are going to have, which is the best thing for you, is that of taqwa. The provisions of taqwa is very important. Take that one with you. Taqwa means God consciousness. You remember Allah all the time. Anything that you are going to do, you are going to say, you are going to do this and so forth, do it according to how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to do it. Okay. But Allah has said, there is no sin upon you if you go over the side that you want to do, maybe if you want to do business, for example, you have something to sell or to buy or something like that. There's nothing wrong about it. But do not make that one to be your main aim and objective of going there. Okay? Yes. Do not make that one to be your main aim of going to that particular site. Because some people, they buy, they sell, and so forth. Isn't it? Yes, there's nothing wrong about that one, some have said. But when you finish the Hajj, you go to perform from Mecca, you go to Mina, isn't it? That's the place you have to go to. But when you're talking about the tawaf, tawaf is very important. When you are making the tawaf, Prophet ﷺ has said, tawaf is like salat. Only that you are allowed to speak. But when you are speaking, say something which is good. Say something which is good. Okay? So what shall we do when you are making tawaf? Nowadays, you have smartphones. And then you are making it. Showing, oh, look, I'm making tawaf. I'm going here, I'm here. I have reached this part. That's how you perform your salat. Yeah? You don't perform salat like that, is it? Okay, so why are you doing that one for? How can you concentrate if you are doing something like that? Can you make a zikr when you are making your tawaf? You can't. You cannot concentrate. So let that one be, when you go over the side, switch it off and concentrate. Make your dua. Dua, you don't have specific du'as that people have to make. What kind of du'as do you make?
Okay.
No, when you're making the tawaf.
That's what she knows.
Feeding your
No, finish it. Start it properly and finish it. Again?
If you're in a haram, I don't know. Sisters, brothers, may Allah accept it from all of us. This dua Allah mentioned in this Quran, the dua, it is not me, it's not the Sheikh. It's Allah who mentioned this dua in the Quran. And He gave us two types of dua, right? He said for those who come, they make that specific dua. Allah said, I will give them, I enrich them with everything with this dunya. They go there, you know. They ask Allah, they know they're gonna get it. They return and they become rich. Right? But the second one is for me and you, and it's very, very important. You have to learn it here. You have to understand the meaning, and you have to contemplate over it. And that is Rabbana. I don't start it for you to finish it. Let's, I'm going to read it. Then you read it after me. Then you start it. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. Okay, can you say it? MashaAllah, it's amazing. To be honest with you, it's amazing. MashaAllah. It's not like people are reading Alam Nashrah Laka Sadrak. Alright? So this is very, very important because there is a point when we show you the PowerPoint, you will see it. There is a place where this is the only dua the Rasul asks you to say there. Once you reach before the stone, that's what you need to say. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasana. Until you reach by the stone. Right?
Well, that is very good. And everybody understands the meaning of it, isn't it? What does that mean? After the end.
Oh Allah, give me the good in this world and the hereafter, and the same from the punishment of the hellfire.
MashaAllah, Ameen. Good. That means this is a very comprehensive dua, isn't it? It has combined how many things? 3 things, isn't it? One is where? Dunya. And the next one? And the third one? Protection from the hellfire. Do you want anything more than that? No. Okay? This is what we want. That Allah gives you the best in this world, which is good for you and so forth, make you become comfortable, to perform your salat, your ibadat, and so on and so forth. And also your